Hey everyone, welcome to our Introduction to Web Development course. In this course, we're going to be learning HTML, CSS, and some basics of JavaScript. At the end of this course, we'll create a final project, which is a simple website, including JS, HTML, and CSS. So let's dive right into Lesson 1 of this course. So for this Intro to Web Development course, you will need to download Visual Studio Code or any IDE of your choice. It can include any online IDE such as Replit or any text editor that can work on your computer. So you just have to click the download button for whatever operating system you're using. I already have it downloaded for Mac, so I'll just navigate to Visual Studio Code. And once you are in Visual Studio Code, you can simply click this open button. And then we can go to our downloads folder and create a new folder called Intro to Web Dev HTML and CSS course. And now that we're inside that folder, we can simply open that folder inside Visual Studio Code. And you can say, yes, I trust this author. And so now that you have that created, you can simply just go right here and press on the file create button and make a file called index.html. And so most files that we'll be using in this course will end in .html, and that just stands for hypertext markup language. And the other common file that we'll be using is CSS, which acts as our styling file. So to set up a boilerplate on this file, we can simply type an exclamation mark using emit abbreviation, as you see right here, and you can click it and it'll just set up a basic HTML structure. Now going through this, on line 1 you see how it's declaring an HTML document. The language is set to English. Now in this head tag we have all the things like the metadata and the title that displays on a tab. And then most importantly of all, we have our body tag where we can actually put our HTML, and then the closing HTML tag. Now you might be wondering how you can run this code on your computer, so you can simply go to extensions and search up something called live server. And as you can see, it's this purple icon. You can simply download this extension and it'll easily allow you to run HTML, CSS, and JavaScript right within VS Code. So navigating back to index.html, we have our little live server button right here. And so if we want to run this code, we can go ahead and click that Go Live button. And it opens up a white document. Now we can get started by making our basic HTML tags and learning what they do. So first of all, let's get started with titles. Titles start with H1 or H, and you can simply say this is the biggest title. And these titles range from H1s to H6s. So there's H2s. This is the second biggest title. And then we have H6, which is the smallest title there is in HTML. And so if we go ahead and save that code and come here, as you can see, it shows all the titles in the page. So we have our H1 title, which you can see is the biggest, second biggest, and the smallest right here. Now that we understand how to declare headings in HTML, we can go ahead and learn how to declare sections or div tags. So we can simply declare this by using div and enclosing it. And if you haven't noticed already, when creating an HTML tag, you're going to create this bracket and then the name of the tag and then end. And then when you're closing it, you're just going to put a slash right before it ends. And you can see the same pattern with H1 tags, H2 tags, H6, body, HTML, and almost every single tag in HTML. However, there are some tags that are self-enclosing, or tags like the meta tag, which don't need an ending tag. So let's go back to our div and let's go ahead and create a heading, and let's call it "This is our first website." Now, to make a little smaller text, we can use a p tag, which is basically a paragraph tag. And so you can simply say, "This is my paragraph. It will appear smaller on the website." And as you can see, it shows the h1 tag and our p tag right here. And so all of this is enclosed inside this div or section tag. Now another important tag in HTML is an A tag. And an A tag is simply an anchor tag, which is used for linking different pages. So we can simply do it by doing A like that. And then this is a simple link. Now we can use this attribute called href equals quotation marks. And then let's put Google as our external link. And now let's go ahead and click on this. And as you can see, it takes you to google.com. Now, A tags are extremely useful in websites as they allow for your website to actually have navigation or things like social media links or anything else that you may need to link in a website. Next up, we have an image tag, and this is a self-enclosing tag. So we can simply declare it by doing img, and then we simply just need to declare the source, which is src equals. And so let's just go ahead and go open our Finder and navigate to an image that we would like. Let's go ahead and use this screenshot that I took yesterday. And we can simply rename it and say Tech Optimum website.png. And now we can simply put Tech Optimum website.png and it appears like that. And we can simply close it out by doing that. And as you can see, it displays the entire image here. Now you may be wondering why it's so big and how we can actually adjust it, but we'll be getting into styling in the next lesson where you can learn about inline tags and external style sheets. So next up in our important tags list are unordered and ordered list items. So we can simply declare an unordered list by doing UL, which stands for unordered. And we can simply declare items in that list as a bullet point by doing li, which stands for list item. This is my first bullet point, second point, and you got the point. And if we go here, as you can see, it displays the bullet points right here. Now what if we wanted to order this list? We can simply do an ordered list, which is ol. So let's go ahead and create a list item called abc and lidfg, and let's go ahead and save the code. And as you can see, it displays 1 and 2 instead of bullet points. So that's it for lesson 1. Good job. Now that you've understood the basics of HTML tags, go ahead and mess around with these tags. You can look up HTML tags and go to MDN Docs or some other website that includes all the different tags, as there are a lot in HTML. And go ahead and mess with them, because in the next lesson we'll be talking about CSS and how to actually style a website that uses HTML. So I'll see you then.